It's the Fots.
You heard?
Oh,
You heard?
I'm about
Now I
to
was
say,
just setting the tone.
I'm about to say, I
Setting the
kind
tone.
of see what type of tone we on today.
Yeah, you know what I
Said,
mean?
You heard? I was all happy.
No,
It's the
I'm
Fots.
happy. You're not even the fart. Well, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yo, that shit
I'm
is
happy.
funny.
I'm good.
nigga.
I'm
It's
passionate. I'm
not even the fart. That's funny. So they about to. Yeah, that marketing is gonna be crazy for that song.
Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
Yeah. As we get more viewers,
Yeah.
I won't be able to say stuff like that because
Yeah,
then you have to pay for that.
Yo, but we've been getting a lot of listens though.
Yeah, a little
The
bit.
the viewers is not so much, but the listens, people are listening.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah. Even though we're not even the fart.
Yeah. Shout out to Ice Spice.
Yeah. Facts. That's the name of the episode. You're not even the fart.
Yeah, you're not even a fart. So what's good, bro?
Chilling, bro. Like happy to be back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're on a little hiatus.
Yeah, a little bit, but we moving, we shaking, we doing what we gotta do.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm aggressively excited.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and then also still calm, but like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, this entrepreneur shit is not for the weak.
it's not for the faint of heart for sure, man. I think people get this entrepreneur stuff misconstrued a lot, bro.
Yeah, well, I think social media does that. Social media has everybody thinking that this is like,
Everybody's
everybody's
a guru.
bio. Everybody's a guru, except for Jens.
Yeah, Jens,
you
what's up?
are the
My
guru.
guy. Jens is definitely the guru.
But, everybody in their bio, they got the CEO of this, CEO of that, and that's cool. And I think everybody should be the CEO of themselves, which
sure.
they are. But as I was speaking this morning about how difficult that is, transitioning from hustler to CEO is very, very challenging.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So, but
And
I'm
delegating
excited.
and also delegating tasks to people that can get the stuff done. It's also it has its challenges.
Yeah, because everybody says
They can do something.
they could do it.
Of course.
Right? And then you want to speak calmly to people.
I want to speak calmly.
You want to
people.
speak calmly to people and
For
let
sure.
them know. Like sometimes you just see that and super off topic. And I thought about this because I was ranting to you on the way down here. I don't want to put it like this, but I think it's like society, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always, when it comes to the
I got
older
it.
aspect,
I got you.
I say me, right?
Go ahead, man.
Grew up gangster rap, right? Like you sit there and it's like, yo, fuck this, fuck that, thug shit, whatever. And now we're in an emotional society. So
Okay.
when you tell somebody something and you say, hey, look, whatever, or not even say something, people take things too emotional. Like I think we went from one side to the other side because I like mental health. I agree with all of that, and I'm an emotional individual. You know that, John. Everybody knows that. I've cried to y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. But you got to also be able to deal with shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, but nowadays I think because of the mental health aspect of what we're going through, it's become more. It seems more emotional because everybody's like my mental health, and I'm not saying that's not a thing.
Right.
I think that's definitely people need to control. Whatever their environment for their mental health. But I think most of it stems from that, and it stems from that of me personally. I think people are being too weak.
yeah.
I think nobody gets pow-powed anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, for
you know what
real.
I'm saying? And I think at the end of the day, how we've, and I hate to say it, how we come up, but the aspect of the work, I don't work for an hour thinking I'm going to get paid for, for 40.
Yeah.
I have to put the work in for 40.
Yeah.
Like, or whatever, however else, if that's the conventional way or whatever. And as an entrepreneur, your job is like 24/8.
Yeah.
It doesn't turn off. I talk to you 8 o'clock in the morning. I talk to you 8 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
I talk to John 8 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
We all on the phone. It's an around the clock thing, and we see the concept of the work. I think nowadays some of the people, because there's some people in the generation that are working, and honestly, I don't want it to make it a race thing, but it almost seems like, the people from the inner city, it's almost like some sense of like entitlement, right? And it sucks when I see that. Like, you'll give somebody two different opportunities, and then two different people from two different places, the same opportunity, and the person from like the places where they be cow tipping has more work ethic, And then the place that is from the hustle and bustle, they're looking for another opportunity. Like they're looking for the easy way. It could be just me. I don't know.
No,
but I've been seeing that a lot.
I don't even think it's so much like the urban community as it is society, bro. Like everybody looks for the easy way out. Think about the things that we deal with or the people that come to us, right? As far as for management, which will lead into kind of like, you know, what really management is, right? Because we went on a tangent. We wanted to start about that, but went on a super tangent. But when people come here, right? Think about it. We have a conversation, whatever, whether it's the non-exclusive situation management, we'll get into that. They immediately ask so many different questions. Are you going to be able to get me into events? Are you going to be able to get me this? Are you going to be able to get me this? Are you going to get me that? And this and this, that. And what's our line? What do we tell people?
We're not a steroid.
Exactly, because that's what people think, right? They say, hey, I'm doing something. I need to get a manager. And what you got to understand is that a manager rides shotgun, right? A manager is not in the driver's seat. We are in the passenger side helping you guide your career. We can't do anything unless you do something.
For sure.
Right? So people think, hey, I got this, I'm doing this, okay, got a manager, now I'm going to sit back. It doesn't really work like that.
And also, too, from a manager's standpoint, we have to have something to manage, right? So if you're not working, we can't manage anything.
Right.
And then even when we give you the opportunities, you're not going to be able to understand them because you're not even ready for them.
Right.
And I think the misconception of of managers is that, you know, one, we pay for everything, which we don't.
Right.
Not saying unless we go into we are in a business deal together,
right? And we invest
into it. That's number one. Number two, we become therapists, which is by far one of the biggest because we have to deal with the emotion of the said client, whatever client it is.
Right.
And three, the aspect of their personal life. We don't manage your personal life, but we have to have a say. We have a say so, meaning something happens on the outside, we're the ones that clean it up.
Right.
So we don't want to have all these hands on your life, but as a manager, you essentially become like our child. Like management is a heavy lift. Like everything about you, we need to know. And I think sometimes clients want to hide things, and then when it comes to light, it's so far gone that the manager is like, yo, what do you expect me to do? So that's why when you hear people be leaving, or managers, when a manager breaks away from a client, sometimes it's deeper rooted than what people see.
Yeah, and I think what happens is, and there's a lot of gray area with manager and agent, right?
Sure.
Because a lot of people think that, hey, I get a manager and their duties are agent and insert any agent, booking agent. And we've spoken about this. You and I have spoken about this years ago.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, when you're a manager, you do take on the role of all of that.
Everything.
You are publicist. You are booking it. You're everything.
Yep.
Now, as far as you and I, we're not that anymore, right? So when you come here to, client or whatever, it's got to be kind of, I don't want to say buttoned up, but you got to have something where we can, like what you just said, we can manage. We can't manage your life, right? That's not what we do. The way we are, the individuals we are, we take on a lot of that because of who we are.
But the thing is, though, I think clients forget that they're also representing themselves when they go out into this interesting world now, right? So when they do something, something goes wrong, outside of whoever their support system is, who they're calling first?
Right.
The manager. Right. Hey, I'm in trouble. I need help. And then we go and run and find the help. Right. So I think clients and people that are looking for management need to come in with a expectation on what are my needs? Right. How do I expect for my career? Like, not the moment. I went viral 70 times, but how do we build out my career? That's number two. Number three, find out if we're a good fit. And that's why you and we do a lot of non-exclusives, right? Because we want to make sure that you're a good fit. And the people say, yo, we're crazy for that. No, we're not. What we do is we'll work with you, but the obligation is just as much from you to us. Like,
Yeah.
yo, as hard as you want to work with us, is as hard as we're gonna work with you.
And that's how it is. Like that non-exclusive situation is definitely, you know, managing the expectations on both sides,
For
right?
sure.
Because again, you have the people that come in to the situation, and it's like, okay, management, can you get this, and that? And it's like, no, we don't. Even if we say that, sometimes people still think that that's what we do, and it's like you gotta be like, listen, this is what we do. You have to. It's when you come into a management relationship, client manager, you got to look at it like every other relationship. That what are you bringing to the table that's of value to the other side? Now, client, what you need to give us something here. Here's my career. Manage that. But what does that look like? You may sit there and think your career is something, and it may not be anything.
For sure,
right?
And that's a lot of the time.
A lot of times, because you know, you have your circle and you have people looking and saying, "Oh,
you need a manager."
Yeah, you got to do it. It's like, and then we look at it, it's like
you don't need one.
You don't.
For sure,
you really don't. And it's, you know, we are the type of managers and management that we look at somebody and we have vision, right? We look past whatever is today. And sometimes, and I'm going to say this seriously to anybody watch, like, just because you're a creative, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have vision.
For sure.
Okay? And you're creative, but sometimes you can't see past here, whereas you and I, we can sit here and be like, okay, well, what about this? And if it goes that way, it might lead to that, like, because we have seen it.
And honestly, we've kind of transcend management, and not trying to say that in a way of like, because management is the core of what our business is.
Right.
But we've transcended by it because we're doing productions, we're doing this, we're doing all types of other things, gathering all these resources to give to content creators. That's the biggest thing. That's one of our pillars, is making sure the brown and black community get what they deserve from this $1 billion business. I think they said by 2027 or something like that, it's going to be a $478 billion worth of dollars going into content creators.
Yeah, and into the right. Like,
it's like $470 billion. Bro, that's a lot of money. That means there's enough money going around that everybody can take care of their families, themselves, etc. But people don't see it like that. You know, most people are looking at it as, what can I get for myself?
Of course.
And who can I use to get it? And then that goes to them jumping from team to team. And then when you start to becoming that person, people then because there's two folds to that, right? So you'll work with a person, you'll work with a manager that you start with, and you may outgrow that person, and then be like, yo, listen, I mean, if you have a conversation, like, yo, I think I need to go to this side because I think we've run out of course. But most people who they start with, that manager that's been grinding with them, getting where they need to be, being everything, that's what they usually don't do that.
Right.
They usually take them for granted, and then they end up moving to somebody else.
Yeah.
And that manager's still standing like, yo, so what do I do?
Yeah.
When all their identity of building out their business was with that person or that client, that content creator, whoever.
We just spoke to somebody about that.
And the crazy part about this is that those things are very scary for managers. When we speak to managers, that's one of the biggest things that they say is like, yo, listen, if I build out a client or an artist or whoever, and the third year of us being successful, 3.5 years in, they're like, all right, I'm good now. I'm out of here. He's like, yo, that's the fear.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the thing is that people don't ever see that. Yeah. Like, from a manager standpoint, we risk a lot.
Yeah.
I know me. I've moved people into my home. Like, got the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
not the Sasson, you got jerked.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had to explain that to my wife at the time. Like, yo, this is what happened. And clearly I had other things going on. But that's the biggest thing that I tell our managers that we do speak to, is that you have to find something that you can roll, like, make sure that you're not just always concentrating on this one person, because they're finicky too. Artists can get up, clients can get up and be like, yo, I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah, and that was the thing when as far as with music management, right? When that's how I started in this, and I think and you as well. I always used to say that to the artists, like, yo, like, you can get up and write a song if you want. You can make a beat. You can do whatever you want to do, right? I gotta wait for you to do that before I could do my job.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of the thing. And like what you said, it's the scary. We're living in this world like where you got to focus on you, take care of yourself, do you.
That's a fact.
But then with this career, it's like I want to do, but I can't do me. Pause until somebody does something else, right? And that's what a manager does. And that's why like managers don't get enough credit.
I say, what's my saying, bro?
Managers do 100% of the work, get paid for 20 or 15 or 10 or whatever percent.
This is what I'm saying. So when I be talking to somebody and somebody goes, oh, 20% is too much, I'm like, okay, but you want me to be on the phone, on the emails, on the this, on the that, on this, on. Do you hear the word on, we on? But then when we say that we negotiate the 20%, this is why you think that it's not doable. But that's why I said we transcend just management. And we're also teaching other managers to be that way. And not in the sense of saying, like almost like F the content creator or the artist. No, in the sense of letting them understand like you can build out a business as well while you're building a business with that person. Right. Because, most people currently, like some of the quote unquote bigger stars in the industry, I don't know how true this is, but Kevin Hart said his manager and him hasn't signed paperwork. Yeah. They did a handshake and he's still his manager to this day. Mm-hmm. That's what he said. But you don't have that type of loyalty when it comes to other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? The jump teams, there's a lot of people jumping from team to team, and it is leaving managers, out in the dry.
Yeah, and that's I'm trying not to curse as much.
Yeah.
All right? It's messed up.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
The thing is that I think we haven't had that situation, right? Mm-hmm. But from knowing us and the type of managers that we are, right? Because we know the space and we know the field. Mm-hmm. If a person that we know, hey, they built out and we know the manager, whatever, and they wanted to come to this side and sit there and say, hey, I think you guys can provide some value. Me and you would sit there and be like, okay, well, we want to make sure that they're still involved.
Yep.
We'll co-manage. We'll do something because it's not fair to that. And listen, that's who I am. That's who you are. And it is what it is.
And we've done it. People have come to us and be like, listen, make sure you bring your manager.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Because it's not like that. That's the karma that we bring to ourselves.
Word.
We are the last generation, right? Because we're in the same generation, I think. I don't know. Make you feel better if I'm not? If I'm an older generation?
No, I don't care, but I don't think we're in the same generation, though.
Anyway, but
I'm sorry. I love you, but we're definitely not in the same generation.
But the thing is that let's say your generation is probably the last of the we society, right? It's been very individualized, and everybody is me, and it's like that's why the people are hopping from management to team to team to team, and it's like,
and they're using people
100% because of their they just want what's out for them, and then what happens? They tell themselves, oh, I got to think about me.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something real quick, an instant karma aspect, right? So the person that I managed that stayed with me, whatever. That person ended up going with another person.
Right.
6 months later, that person dropped them. Right? So it's not, and it's not like something I prayed for. I've worked with this person for X amount of times, and I'm like, okay, building this person to this point, and then they ended up doing this. And how I got, mind you, I have done hand to hands, this, that, put out money, whatever. Yeah. They sent me a letter in the FedEx. Nobody could even call me. So I understand the aspect of how it being harsh. So for me, from management, I don't even take things personal anymore because it doesn't make any sense to take it personal. When somebody comes and be like, "Yo, I don't think this works," I'm like, "Okay, cool." Yeah. And when when they see that you're so nonchalant about it, it's almost like they say, "Man, it didn't mean anything." No, well, you said that we can't do anything for you, so go ahead and go. Be free. And you fly your wings and see what happens. I wish you the best.
Right.
But the thing is that if you want to build a career, you come here. Mm-hmm. You want to build moments, go anywhere else.
Yeah, and that whole like what you're saying is as far as if you don't want to be here, that's been the thing. Like every time we talk to other managers, other creators, and it's just like, listen, me and this man's business model. Hopefully by the end of this year, if not next year, like we're working all these things out. It's 30-day contracts.
Facts.
You don't want to be here, bounce.
Yeah, it's all good.
That's it. Good. That's it. Now, if we invest, then that's a different kind of conversation, and that would be different paperwork. But if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. And because we're not trying to imagine, if we don't convince our clients to do anything, brands or any of that. Why would we convince you to stay here?
Yeah,
I'm definitely too old for that. I'm not doing that.
But you know what too though? think about it. The person that wants to, jump ship, it's a lot. It speaks a lot volumes to them.
Of course.
Because clearly they're not doing something that's not getting their results.
Yeah.
So they have the results of other things. And then they start to look at, they go on their phones and start looking at comparisons to killer joy, right? So they're out there looking at other people's things what got going on, and they're like, oh, I need to be like that. Let me see what they got going on. And, when you compare yourself to somebody else, it only kills your joy.
Bro, and that's everywhere. Like, the grass is not always greener, whether it's relationships. Bro, like, you freaking travel baseball, bro.
Nah, for sure.
There's kids that jump from team to team to team, and they're looked at a certain way. It's like, damn, they're not loyal. And again, there's the flip side of that. Don't be too loyal to a fault.
For sure.
Right? Because you may be in a situation and it may not be helpful for you.
Yeah,
right? You always got to think of, like, us.
It has to be like somebody happy. It has to be like a happy balance.
Yeah, and just because somebody doesn't work with us or leaves or like that, like, and I think we've spoken about this before, it may not be beneficial to both parties. It's not like, hey, don't be here. Like, we genuinely are like, just don't be here.
Yeah, and on top of that too, we always tell them, listen, we can still work together.
Yeah.
We'll still present you. If we get you something, we'll hit you up.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, really? Yeah. Listen, man, nobody's here to hold you into any type of no monkey grip. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not trying to hold you in so that you're like you feel as if that you're stuck.
Right.
And I think that's where this industry, gets so muddy because people are giving people's contracts 5 years this year.
Yeah, that's
the
crazy.
only time that we'll do any lengthy contract is if we are in business with that person.
Right.
If we're doing some type of, it's not just about the management because majority of our deals currently are not about management. It's about everything else.
Yeah, it's the marketing side, and it's just like, and the agency side, and to go on to that, like as far as the difference between a manager and an agent is super transactional, right?
Day.
I think I've said that before, and like as far as where Don always says, we're about the careers, not the moments. The agent is about the moment, the manager is about the career.
For sure.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yep.
And we're doing kind of both, and what we do here is now we've leaned into very much the agency play, very much the non-exclusive aspect, because it could lead to management rather than the other way, right? We have to kind of see what's what. We got to see where are we. In the beginning, me and him didn't even do paperwork because that's how loose and lenient we wanted to be.
We were shaking hands, man.
But then we got screwed. I almost cursed again.
Nah, but you look, we didn't do paperwork because we wanted to show the aspect of what the difference.
Right.
Everybody that we spoke to at that time was like, everybody wants to throw papers in our face. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's what it was. So what we did handshakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, we look in my eye, look in your eye, we shake our hands, and then let's see. But then you get to see the true colors anyway. And if we can't do business without paperwork, you think you're gonna be truthful with paperwork? It doesn't matter. You're gonna do what you want.
Right, and that's the best way for us. That was our happy medium. Like, hey, okay, we need paperwork to protect ourselves. Okay, it's going to be non-exclusive, so you go ahead and make all the money you want somewhere else. Just pick up the phone when we call and we have a situation. And that's it. And again, literally just having a conversation with somebody yesterday. It's like you break it down. It's like, what does this mean? Well, if I do deals over here, do you guys still want to? No, we don't.
Yep.
What we bring and what we bring you and what you bring us is what we deal with. Not you can go do knock yourself out.
Yeah.
But what happens is that because we're so confident in what we do, it's right now the bandwidth is not. We actually would love more managers so that we can help and go like this.
Yeah. And
cultivate. That's a great word.
We're gonna cultivate.
That's the word of the pod.
Yeah, this guy
Cultivate.
Yeah, I guess that's the title, cultivation. But anyway, but the best part about this is that we are building what the new management looks like.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And with a little bit of, wisdom and youth and putting them together and not having this separation on, oh, you're 18, you can't be a manager. Yeah, you actually could be a great manager. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you may have the best ideas as well too. But I think in all aspects of all the business, ageism is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Not because you're older doesn't mean you have old ideas. And not because you're young means you have the best ideas. So we're coming up with a common ground to kind of bridging the gap. And I think that's why people work with us, is because we have a lot of strategic partners. And they range in age, anywhere from 19 to 60. You know what I'm saying? And we get the same response on both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all are just real good. Y'all are easy. We probably heard that 1,001 times. Y'all are just super easy to deal with.
Yeah. I think I had told somebody, at the at the premiere for Millennium for the
Shout out to
VH1.
Millennium, VH1,
Impact Mondays.
And Mondays, you heard?
We said something to people from the network, and I was just like, yo, because I'll be talking my talk.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, listen, just so you don't understand, I guarantee you, we probably the best people that you've been dealing with. Guarantee that.
And there's nothing guaranteed in this world.
Yeah, but you know, and no shade to anybody else. No shade to anybody else.
Yeah.
It's just like I just know what we do.
Oh, I
like,
remember. Now I remember because I was there in the conversation. Yeah,
I just know what we do. You know what I mean? Like
For
you
sure.
know that I talk that talk, and it's really starting to, and it's not being cocky. It's like it's super confident now because I was confident before, but now I think it's in bold and capital letters.
And I think also
that's how I feel.
I think we've already got over the hill on what we've done from a success standpoint. Like we're not harping on what we did.
Yeah,
we've done it.
Right.
It was been proven.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to the next phase.
Yeah.
And I think rivaling these other like agencies and companies, we're the boutique guys, and we have different rules than them. Mm-hmm. So we can create our chessboard is a little bit different than theirs.
Yeah. And but the thing is that, the thing about us is that we understand the rooms that we're going in, right? Mm-hmm. If we sit here and we're in this room and we've done this, right? Okay, I don't want to say we're at the top. We know what we've done here. Mm-hmm. You know what? We're hopping into this room, but we understand that we take the mindset and the work ethic from here, take it here, but we also understand. Okay, we're the low man on the totem pole here, and we have to work our way up this room, this ladder, or whatever, and we continue to do that because we're not asking for anything. We're not entitled. We've had to work for everything.
Everything.
And yes, do we want to sit there and I don't want to say stop, but it's like, damn, I've paid my dues. No, you still have dues to be paid because you still want more. And if that's what you want, you got to go after it. Because that work ethic, bro, And
then on top, we're going to, the crazy part about this, what I've learned as an entrepreneur, you pretty much always going to have to show your worth. Because especially every level we get to is becoming, it's all right, let me see like your scope of work. Yeah. Like we'll show them, and then it's almost like you're always on like a pitch.
Yeah, 100%.
Always. It doesn't, and it looks like, and it's not even just the guys and the women that are coming up in like newer business. Mm-hmm. I also see it in established business, established entrepreneurs as well. Yeah. It's almost like they're always consistently on a pitch. It's crazy to see that. It's crazy to see people that's done being super successful still have the hustle, I should say. Yeah, as if they just started.
Yeah, because it has to be a constant flow.
Yeah,
there has to be business going, and you got to be able to pivot. That's why some of these businesses, like as far as a newspaper, if you don't, or a magazine, if you don't pivot and go online, do something, then you're done.
Yeah,
and that's what happens with businesses. If you don't pivot to society and bro, again, I'll remove you. Imagine I was here with my, born in 1974 brain, thinking of the same things that was done in the 80s. You'd be like, yo, bro, I love you, but you're going to have to bounce, B. You're going to have to get out of here because it don't make sense. It don't make sense. You can't sit there and if you don't evolve, you die.
What? Are you're a baby boomer? That's what you are?
This dude.
I don't know.
You're trying to play me right now.
Huh?
My mom is a baby boomer,
okay,
bro.
What are you?
Yo, I'm me.
I was asking.
I don't even know what I am.
Yeah, because I'm considered a millennial.
Gaba, can you look up what that is?
Because John and I are considered.
No, I think we the same. No, you're not millennials.
Yeah, I swear to God I am.
Yo, my wife says she's a millennial too. I'm like, yo, stop.
No, she is. I'm sorry, bro.
Gaba, what am I?
Yeah. Sorry, brother.
So what am I? Do they even have them?
But I'm just saying.
Yo, what am I?
Yo, I don't. But you are. You are something. You're who? That's who Myq is. So
I'm
you're
Gen X.
Generation X. But I'm just saying. But look. But it's a generation thing. It's understanding where we're at. Like,
the
way you guys think is different than the way we think. But there's a commonality from it.
I can't believe you just had separation with us right now.
I'm sorry.
The way you guys think.
No, but I was bringing it all back together. See, you even made me finish. But the commonality, though, from it is the hard work.
Yeah.
And that's what bridges the gap.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Work ethic, and there's certain things that I even tell my kids. I'm like, yo, listen, there's certain things that stand the test of time. There's morals, there's values. I don't care how you insert it, whether it's online, in person, whatever. The morals, the values, those are pillars, right? The work ethic is something else too, and it's something that we've seen, in both of our generations. We've seen it. It's like there's a work ethic, and I always speak about how words mean different things to different people. And work ethic is definitely one. People think that there's certain things that they do, and it's like for us, I'm gonna tell you something about us, about this group and how we view things, right? We're building, right? We're a company that's building. But if you don't work when there's no money on the table, like your work ethic is you. That's who your makeup is, and that's who your character is. If you don't work and there's no money on the table, what makes you think that there's 500,000, $1 million that I'm going to sit there or you're going to sit there, or anybody's going to sit there and be like, hey, why don't you handle that?
Yeah.
You didn't do it for no bread. I'm not waiting. That's who you are. And I know that there's going to be the pushback is going to be like, but if there's money, then I would do it. But then that's not you. I'm looking for the person that works regardless of whatever's on the table. But for the mindset of, yo, if I can't trust you with $0 or $1, I can't
trust you.
Bro, how are we supposed to do that?
No, I mean, I think the pushback would be that, like, well, if you're paying me, I'll do a good job. But it doesn't mean that, because there's people that get paid all the time. Yo, we just spoke to a company. It's a big company, and they said they ain't got no money.
Yeah.
And people are still working.
Yeah.
Because they're creating opportunities within the company to create funds.
Right.
So, but the crazy part about this is that the person that's at the helm of that company, they believe in wholeheartedly.
Right.
So that's why they're putting the work in. The crazy part is that when I see stuff like that, and I'm like, man, I'm not saying that we trying to model our business model after that, but I'm like, damn, we're on a lower level when I say that, meaning like, because we're a boutique company, but we're with those people hand in hand.
Right.
We don't ask anybody to do something that we wouldn't do. We won't ask you, if we tell you to take the garbage out, we're taking the garbage out.
I just did that.
I know. We painting. If I ask you to paint, I'm painting.
Yeah.
There've been time, we have done the things here that when people come in and like, yo, you guys are the owners of the company, like, yeah, like you guys are doing, like, yeah, because we're the janitor too.
Yeah, we got to do whatever we got to do. And this is a perfect time to shout out our 2 new employees. I want to shout out Santos. He's our new, what would you say he is? He does our decks.
He does our decks,
he's great. And then Lennox.
You know what I'm saying? Lennox.
Lennox is our new social media guru. So we just want to welcome them to the team. Thank you so much. You get your hoodie and your hat. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna post them on the page too.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? You see them all the time.
Yeah.
But the best part about creating an environment that people of winning, right, is people will have to see the people at the top putting the work in. And the crazy part is that people see us doing that. It's just that they don't have, it's the belief. And the belief system is just very flawed nowadays.
Yeah, and again, to go back to it, to anybody, seriously, like the work ethic means everything. Whether you're at a job, it don't matter. You just got to show and prove. Don't feel like what you had said earlier. Oh, I've been at this job for 6 months, and how come I'm not the director or whatever?
Yeah.
Yo, you got to put in that work.
Well,
and you don't have time. Like, you don't have time. Just put the work in today, right? Because again, people sit there, and I love Gary Vee, right? And I don't know if I spoke about it last time, but it's just like, yo, he says all of this that hey, at 60, that's cool. Yo, just do what you got to do, but don't be 18, 19 saying, I got till 70. You know what I mean? Put the work in and let that be who you are. I had somebody at my job, right, when I was working a 9 to 5, and he would watch me, and it was my man, right? And he was like, yo, Mike, I meant to ask you. He was like, yo, when you're at work, you're like half-assed. He's like, but when I see you out, because he was like modeling and doing stuff, and he would, would be at music, whatever. He would be like, yo, I see you out. You be getting busy. I was like, yeah, because it's what I want to do.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, why don't you look at giving it 100% at work?
Yeah.
Because then that becomes who you are.
Yeah.
And it was the timing for me to hear it. And I turned into, like, when I was at work, bro, I was that guy.
But they said how you do one thing is how you do everything.
100%. And that's what happened. And that's what, had me realize as far as, especially with this work ethic shit, it don't matter. I look at you and I. If the deal on the table is just for a look and there's no money coming in, we handle it the same way as a 6-figure, 7, whatever the situation is.
And believe me, as a brown and black company, these big corporations come to us and tell us I'm talking about $1 million companies, come to us and say they ain't got no money.
That's hilarious.
All the time. So, but if this is going to be a look and an opportunity, we would then take the look and the opportunity to get in the building and then start, opening these other doors. So it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
And we're minimizing that too. So.
Yeah. No. But that's the thing. As we're putting this team together and building pieces, and thank God we have the good people around us now. Sure. And it's like this again. We're still gonna have more people that we're gonna have, and it's like I think what's happened in the past is that we've definitely put people in positions that they're not ready for, or they're capable of. And
they show it for the first few days, and then
you had a spark when you started. Now you're just garbage.
Yeah, that's a fact. And then their work ethic just goes.
Yeah, because it's the talk, and how we are. It's like, you could talk that talk.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what's up. All right, you know what I mean? It's like, and the leash is super short now. Like to the tolerance. Yeah. At least in my generation, the tolerance is a lot lower.
I'm gonna tell you like this: the goal that we have set for the company, it's not just a Myq and Don, get rich scheme or whatever, right? However you want to. It's for the people that are involved in it that are able to take care of their families and take care of themselves and do whatever they want. That's what we work for. And I think I think sometimes people don't see that that's what the service, because it's a service base. So we have people that are with us. We're putting the work in, obviously, to elevate the company. But the people that work, we want to make sure that when it comes, we go, here.
Of course.
This is what we're doing. And
of course.
However, and so those people are good. That's what that's when I'm like, damn, they don't see that. Like, why they don't see that? Because they don't have the vision and they can't see, past their hand. Yeah. And that's another thing too. The coddling, people coddling. They fucking. I'm bumping my toe. My father used to just look at me. You better not cry. Yeah. No. And at that time, I'm not saying it was the right thing to do though. But sometimes you have to let the kids fall,
100%,
and really get up and dust themselves off.
Yeah,
my son fell off a bike. He was going down a hill, and I told him, I said, bro, you got to be easy. The brakes ain't too good on your bike. You gonna go down that hill? Just be easy. Your man flew down the hill, pressed the brake. One worked, and the other one didn't. And he crashed into like the street transformer, like on my block. Because it's encased, right?
Yeah.
He scratched his whole leg up. He got up. He wanted to cry so bad. And I didn't tell him not to. Yeah. I was just watching. He got up because I wanted to run over there to help him.
Yeah.
Got up and he just like, when the pain just hit you, and he dusted himself off. And he came up, he walked to the bike. I said, what happened? He said, I fell. I said, how do you feel?
I said, nothing.
I said, how do you feel? He's like, I understand why you didn't help me. I said, why? He said, because sometimes you got to deal with some type of pain. He was 14.
Yeah.
He said, sometimes you have to deal with it. I'm like,
Don said, what's that in your hand? My leg. But I'm okay.
No, but look, the fact that he said, sometimes you told me, be careful. I could care less about being careful. And I went there and I messed my whole, because he was toe up from the floor.
That's the engineer, right?
Yeah. I said, now, but he said, sometimes you're going to have to feel pain. I'm like, why? He said, because it's a part of life. This is a 14-year-old at that time.
Yeah.
He was like 6 foot at that time.
Yeah.
He was just like, you're going to have to feel the pain. And, clearly I went and help him nurse his wounds, but the fact that he was able to kind of like understand, like, it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to the brakes are not going to always work.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the people that we've been encountered, and not saying most, the ones that don't want to work, none of their brakes work.
Yeah.
And when they fall, they complain and say it's us.
But like I said, the tolerance is lower now. Like, because we're so good individuals, right? We like to see again. It's the positive,
Positive,
right?
of course.
Right. Always the thing is, it's like, hey, it's half full, half empty. I always say, hey, if your glass is half empty, finish your drink and get away from me, right? It's just how I look at it. But the thing is that we have things that we're trying to do here, and if you're not a piece of the puzzle, then you have to leave. And it's not a get out of here type. It's like, yo, we're putting something together, and if you don't work, you don't work, right? And it's like, we need you to work if this is what it is. Listen, when you come here, you understand what it is.
For sure.
There's certain situations. There's people that have been around and they have sayings and all these type of things, and it's great. But it's like when the real shit comes, damn, I was trying not to curse. When the real stuff comes,
almost.
You curse it anyway.
I cursed a few. My bad.
It happens.
Slight.
And it's like, yo, we just don't have 6 months to wait to see and look at the potential. I'm over. That's one thing I'm over. I can see potential. Look, if you don't see it, I'm over trying to pull it out of you.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Again, my generation.
No, but look, the best part about this is that we're also learning, right?
Yes.
This is we've had businesses, we've had successful businesses, but we haven't built this empire. We have never built an empire before.
100%.
That's what's happening here.
Right.
So we're building an empire, and when building an empire, there's just things that you got to do. And one of them is finding good people to also see the vision and build an empire with.
Yeah.
Because, I go back to my mother, no man's an island, right? So you're going to need people to be in certain positions to get to where you need to go. Our goal is to always put people in positions so they can consistently better themselves.
Yeah.
That's something that I pride myself on. I pride myself on putting person with this one, and then now they're doing X, Y, and Z. I'm like, yo, this is, and I'm not here like, yo, I'm the one that did that. I could care less. I just want you to progress. And being that when we come here, we lead with that. When people come to this group and we tell people, like, this is what we want. We want to give you the opportunity to do X, Y, and Z. Really? Yes. And now you have access to this array of talent, this array of resources. Go. And most people usually just drop the ball. The ones that don't see it.
Yeah, and
the ones that see it, they out here.
It becomes challenging. Like I said, I spoke about it this morning. That, and I think I said at the beginning, like that, yo, bro, that hustler to CEO stuff is so challenging, because especially when you compare the past, right? And being in business and doing something in the businesses where it's like, I'm not saying like a T-shirt business, right? Hey, you print T-shirts, you know what it is. You can handle it going to, doing it yourself or whatever. But like what you said, this empire aspect, this business aspect of it, where, we want to be team players. We come from team sports. Okay. But sometimes we're too forthcoming with putting the person there, and then what happens? It's like, damn, this is why I do it myself. Right? And you want to sit there and micromanage, and sometimes in the beginning, you have to micromanage because this is your baby. I was having a conversation with John the other day. I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, this is Don and I. This is our blood baby.
Yeah.
Right. John is the step parent that loves it like it's like how my stepfather is with me. Like I damn near might as well be his blood. That's how John is looking at this, right? And the people around. It's like you need people to look at it. It's like, damn, you know what? I'm not going to have anything. You want to have the good uncle. You want to have the cousin that treats that baby and takes care of it and babysits that. A lot of people don't do that, and it becomes difficult because we're only people, right? We have so much on the plate, and I see all of the, I can't complain about having too much on my plate because the goal was to eat, and I get all of that, and it'll happen,
of course.
Right? That's what we do. What happened today? Hey. All right, that was off the plate. Now back on the plate. We're going to figure it out.
Always.
But it's just, getting the right person. And again, I always take accountability on this side. We haven't done this. We've never done this. And this is why we're building. And this is the reason why we have these conversations. Pretty much the basis of the pod. As far as, look, we're dealing with this. Same thing, just like you. I don't know where you're at in your business, but it's like we're dealing with the same things, and there's struggles, and it's not always happy-go-lucky, and it's just there's difficulty, and like what you said, you brought up a very good point that like it's always going to be something.
Always.
So you need to be ready. Like, hey, when we get to that point and we make the $1 million, we're going to be good. No, you're not going to be good because you're going to have another situation because you're going to try to get to 10 million.
Yeah, we're always putting out fires.
100%, 100%, and you got to love it, and you got to eat, breathe, and I'm going to curse shit, whatever it is that you're dealing with.
Yeah, yo, it's crazy. One of my favorite soccer players, Mbappe, said it. Mm-hmm. He's like, yo, I've been playing football, my whole life. He said the biggest thing that I love from football is the training. He said, he's like, why? He said, because even when I hated going to train, I still went, and it pushed me to get better. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with us here. We're always in train mode because we just never know. We're not getting ready. We're already ready.
Yeah.
So we're always in training mode. That's why when the fires come, at the moment they may seem kind of stressful, but we always have the solution to put it out. Yeah. It almost is like second nature. Like when the fires come, I've watched, like I've taken myself out of the fire sometimes and kind of see how we put it out. I'm like, damn, that was quick. Before it was, yo, what we gonna do? We scrambling. Now it's like, yo.
Yeah.
And not saying that, it's just we got better at it.
Yeah.
I just can't wait till that moment in time. I mean, it's going to always be something, but in that moment in time is minimized too. Like, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, every day you wake up is not always a problem.
Yeah. So, and it's not always great.
Yeah, it's not.
Right? Like, that's the thing. How many times, like, and I keep it 1,000, right? We going through some stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on? I quit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I quit. Because that's the easiest thing to do is to sit there and be like, yo, and that's it's usually me joking. My subconscious is not joking, but I just gotta come. It's just like, yo, you deal with this. You deal with this, and I just get tired too of just like I said. I know we're in the social media business. I'm just getting tired of so much people just thinking that this is so easy, and you just do whatever, and people act like they don't want to quit. They act like, oh no, and me, like let's just say good morning, and all that. Like I said, I'm positive, right? But you go through it. You go through it. We're human. Everything is not great. It could literally be moment to moment, right? Mm-hmm. We can sit there and wake up on a great day, boom, yo, check just hit, kid. We out here, right? Then by 9 o'clock, it's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like you don't. It's
always gonna be something. That's why I said that. And our business is multifaceted too. So we don't just have one side of our business. Management, production, consulting, marketing, branding. We do so much.
Painting, cleaning,
all that.
Deck producing,
all everything. And then we go home and be dads and husbands and all those things. So we're always on.
Yeah.
Like always.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes even our clients, one in particular, he said it to me, he said it to us on the phone, like, yo, I was listening to y'all talk. He's like, yo, my bad. Or so he was like, he apologized. I'm like, why? He's like, yo, I'm not doing enough. He said, I just heard what y'all day looked like. I heard before y'all even start your day, like at the office, what y'all day was like before 9 o'clock. He said, yo, I'm not even doing enough. My bad. Let me get busy.
Yeah.
And that's, what that does, that showed me that he understood exactly where the frustration level was. But he was like, yo, these guys are not only being businessmen, they're also being husbands, fathers. They're doing all of this stuff. And here am I complaining about getting, whatever. Let me get busy and let me just start my day earlier so I can get the most out of it.
Yeah. No,
I love when that part is recognized. Not just by us, but anybody, any content or any client with another management takes a look and see what their manager or their team, let's just say their team is going through, and be like, yo, you know what? Let me ship up because look what they've done for me, and I'm here complaining. So, I mean, hopefully there are going to be some more people like that.
Yeah, it takes a lot to do that too.
It takes a lot. Because some people don't want to admit that.
Of course not.
The divas come out. But
you know what I'm saying? The divas come out. You heard? All right, so I guess let's do goalkeeper.
Oh, we here now. Yeah, I mean, listen. Goalkeeper.
For the week. Our joints have been kind of boring.
Yeah, so goalkeeper.
We gotta get more creative this year. Where that goes.
Yeah, I think I'm trying. I've been thinking. It's funny. I was thinking about what's going to be my goalkeeper once that question is asked.
Yeah, because we're too much like visionaries, and we think way beyond a week.
Yeah, we're thinking about the company 24/7.
Yeah.
But goalkeeper, I'm a definitely for this week is supporting my daughter with going to school. I mean, boy, that's
mad foul, right?
That's
I'm just messing with you.
Yo, it's boring. Some dad shit, right?
I'm a dad.
I know. I know you mess with me. I'm just saying some dad shit. It's like that's a part of my life. So, she's my daughter was born 14 ounces, as you know.
Oh, that daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, not the grown adult.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I take my boo back.
So my daughter was born at 14 ounces. She's a little delayed, but she just started kindergarten, and it's been it's probably more detrimental for me.
Yeah,
because she's been home so long, and then being a micro preemie, she was it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? So she's definitely like a selective mute, they call her, because she only talks when she wants. She knows everything. She's super smart.
Yeah.
She has, she's healthy. She just needs to just randomly. So my goal is to continue to support her and give her that love from her dad, so she could bring out this new person in her. So that's my goal, is to make sure I support her and make sure she's good.
Okay.
So Elijah, dad's gonna make sure you're good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Myq.
Yeah.
I still need that.
Yeah, I get it
we
from
said
you.
that.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, when we do the pod, I was
Yeah,
like,
I gotta
yo,
get
need
it.
that. Still need the voice.
She her drop when he calls me. She's like, she be like, hey, yo, Myq.
Yeah.
So she talks. She just talks selectively. She don't talk when she wants.
Like
man.
some people I know.
Yeah, a lot of people I know.
Yeah.
So but as a kid, you selective.
Yeah, of course.
Mute. They gonna think something's wrong with you, and she can read a damn encyclopedia. But anyway.
Yeah.
But what about you?
I think for me, I'm gonna keep it on the business side. I think I'm gonna make sure that I bring in the new hire Santos correctly. Make sure that he does 2 to 3 decks this week. I know he has one from Cheeks, and it's just getting on top of that, and really showing these brands and these companies
who we are
and what we got, and presenting proof of concept. So I want to do 2 to 3, or Santos has to do 2 to 3 decks this week.
Nah, but but the crazy part, that's just to let y'all know that Santos and Lennox is us. Okay, so we out here.
No,
we're not out here. But anyway,
you ruined my marketing plan. I was gonna start a page and everything.
But bro, I think that's a dope goal.
Nah, that's good. And I like being in the groove. I like this part. I like how we had the conversation. I didn't rant.
Nah,
like I thought I was. Be able to, it's therapy.
It's therapy, and also too, I think speaking to other founders and CEOs of other companies has been working for us.
Yeah,
we've been meeting a lot of individuals that are like-minded and then want to do business. So with the kits that you're putting together, all of our decks that you're getting done, it's gonna open up even more. So I'm excited.
100%. And shout out to RJ.
RJ, what up, boy?
RJ, one of the original Woo members. Glad to have you back, bro.
Yeah, man.
Glad to have you back in the mix.
Yo, he listens to the pod, man. So RJ, man, it's time. It's go time, my boy.
Right. So if you're not RJ, just please make sure that you subscribe.
Yeah.
Right. You got to follow FOTS at FOTS Pod.
Yeah.
Follow at this group.
And then
also,
Inc.
Yes, this group Inc. Thank you.
Yeah. Please follow us at this group Inc. on
and then
IG.
listen to audio. That's a big push for us in 2024 for the network.
Yo, and also comment on the IG, man. Y'all be out here. Everybody watching, it be like 1,000, 2,000. I'll be like, 10 comments. Yo, come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't nobody think we paying for views.
Selective mutes.
Oh yeah, selective mutes.
All right.
Yeah, I guess. Well, listen, man.
Yeah, but thank you.
Catch you on the next one.
Appreciate y'all. And always remember, you ain't even a fart. Talk to y'all later.